Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sam from Bet442 here, and today I'm going to break down for you what footballers can and can't bet on, why the rules exist, and what can happen if they break them. So, without further ado, I'm going to address a common misconception people often have. People generally believe that footballers can't gamble at all, but that's not true. It's usually just football that they can't gamble on. I'm going to take a look at the English FA's rules on gambling, and we'll go through them and I'll show you the extent of what that covers. I've now got the FA rules on football betting on the screen in front of you, and it might have been a surprise to you to see it cover so much information. To put it in simple language, there's no betting on any football worldwide. No using any inside information, whether this is for transfers or managerial appointments, as you can see there. And this applies to not just footballers, this applies to the managers, the coaches, match officials. As you can see the list down the right hand side, anyone else involved in football, and this includes agents, scouts, or contractors. So the rules are quite extensive, but any football related matter, anything that players have an influence on or have knowledge on, they can't bet on whatsoever. And they also can't bet indirectly through friends or through other people. So as you may have noticed, the FA doesn't mention any sports other than football whatsoever. So footballers, officials, staff members are allowed to gamble on other sports. They can gamble on horse racing, tennis, golf. They're free to do that. The only time that may come into contention is if the club itself has specific rules. For example, no gambling on other sports whatsoever, or if they're under a different governing body from the FA and their regulations are slightly different. But looking at the FA rules, players are allowed to bet on other sports. Use the example of Ivan Toney to show you the consequences players can face if they're caught to have breached the FA's betting rules. Across 4 years, Ivan Toney is found to have breached the rules 232 times. And that included betting on his own team, Brentford, who he was playing for at the time. By betting on football, the FA believed Toney acted in a way that deemed improper and brought the game into disrepute. Now, as a consequence, he was suspended from all football activities for 8 months. That included training, it wasn't just playing matches. He was also fined £50,000, but this could have been a lot worse. Toney admitted to the breaches at an early stage and fully cooperated with the FA's investigation, and if he hadn't done so, the consequences could have been a lot worse. So why are the rules so strict? First of all, trust in football is massive. Football only works if fans believe that players are trying the hardest to win. If they know the players can bet, they're going to start asking questions on occasions. Are the players trying their hardest? Did he get booked on purpose? Second of all, players know stuff that the public don't, like gain an unfair betting advantage. For example, players are going to know before fans do if a side's playing a weakened team, so therefore less likely to win. They're going to know if a transfer is close to going through, which is something you can bet on as well. We've also got the issue of match fixing. Are teams deliberately losing to win a bet and for financial gain? And finally, by implying the rules that they can't bet on any football at all, it makes it a lot easier to referee this rule. And there's less contention when it comes down to queries or understanding what players have breached rules and what haven't. By making it a blanket rule that they can't bet on any football whatsoever, it keeps things nice and simple. So there we have it. We've addressed the question, can footballers gamble? And you now know they can't gamble specifically on football, but they can in sport in general. We've looked at the consequences if they break these rules and why it's so important that the laws are as strict as they are around it. Now, that's it from me, but if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to check out our Bet442 website, I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you very much.